Well, where do we begin? Yesterday's show was just amazing, and I'm not going to explain it to the newbies out there. You really just got to get hooked.
You missed out.
We call it the O&A virus for a reason. Get hooked, so we don't have to, explain things over and over again. But Anthony had a situation.
A situation.
A personal situation.
It was remedied yesterday.
Yeah, girlfriend is back home.
Oh, she's actually here today.
She's here today, but I mean she's back home.
Spending the weekend in the city.
Very nice.
Going out. Want to see Lynch's play. Who can get me tickets?
Wedding singer?
Yeah.
That's easy. That's the...
Oh, Jesus. Don't make it sound like it's easy to get.
Why?
Because he's our friend. You don't want to go, you just walk in, the seats are empty, you sit down, they don't even know.
No. This is the deal. It's selling out like crazy, but there's a block of tickets that they just keep for friends and family. It's one phone call. It's easy.
Good.
We'll do that in between the two shows, okay? But so Anthony just spilled his guts yesterday, got very personal, very emotional, very compelling, and thank God it had a really good ending by the end of the show. So we decided, stupid us, that the radio was so damn good yesterday that we needed to go a little later on this station here in New York and on our stations across America. I don't even know who kept going with the show. I'm sure a bunch of dummies out there decide, we'll go to our classic rock now. We've heard enough.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the affiliates.
We just threw the word out. We're like, look, we're going late today. Mm-hmm. If you want to continue, do so. If not, then play your stupid twofers or your block party weekend sweepers or your 5 o'clock funnies, whatever the crap you do to fill time until we're back on the radio. So we did an extra half hour, and then we did the walk over to XM, and then we did our XM show. Yeah. That's what we do. We do 2 radio shows every day. I think most people understand that at this point.
I think it's been written about.
So then we're over at XM thinking, wow, man, that was a crazy morning, 3.5 hours of Ant spilling his guts, and just, everyone's on the edge of their seats, wondering what the hell's going to happen. Ant sounded like he was going insane. He sounded like he was going to...
Frustration.
He was going to go to the hospital and do some kind of breakout to get her out.
Breakout.
I thought it was going to end with your arrest. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
It could have.
So then we're doing our XM show, and we get word that JV and Elvis, who follow us here in New York, are trashing us because we went late.
Yeah.
And my whole point to that was, if you don't get why we went late yesterday and it was one of those things, then you just don't belong in radio.
Don't understand radio.
You don't belong in radio. It's some of the most compelling stuff you'll ever hear from a radio show, which forced us to go late because we had commercials backed up, we had guests backed up. Mm-hmm. And their point was, well, they could have interviewed Pedro over at their XM show. No, we couldn't. He's a very busy man. He's a Hollywood actor with publicists around him, and he was here. We had to get the job done. We promised an interview with Pedro.
Nice enough to sit around, too, for a while before we talked to him.
So then they took some lame stabs at us saying, oh, that was worth going late. That interview was
compelling.
Oh, wow.
Really great interview.
So we got him on the phone, and we beat the crap out of him. And we beat the crap out of him really bad.
Yep.
But these pussies...
They used these old hack radio tricks that people with no set on them use in order to make it sound like you're getting the upper hand. One of which is turning down the volume of whoever you're arguing with.
Yeah, we got him on the phone on our XM show. Here's the beauty of what I'm about to say. So we're going at it. The Free FM here in New York is hearing their version, and the XMers out there are hearing our version. Our version was allowing them to be as loud as us.
Yeah.
It was just an all-out shouting match.
Right.
Which I completely won, by the way. It's obvious to everybody. But if you were listening to the Free FM station here in New York City, we were so low in the background it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, they turn it way down.
That's how brave these asses are.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of hacks.
Really brave.
And that situation will take care of itself. They're a bunch of hacks. So the Daily News wrote about it.
Wrote about it?
Oh, by the way, to the people that did not hear the argument.
Yeah.
It's up on opieandanthony.com, our version. Our version.
Yeah, the one where you hear both sides.
Where you hear both sides. Because I'm not scared of anybody. You want to fight? Then we fight. I'm not going to play little radio games and turn you down in the volume and stuff, so you know we can't hear what you're trying to say.
And here's another old hack radio trick. When somebody says something that makes you look like an ass, you hit the dump button.
Right.
And dump it out and say, hey, don't curse, hey. Meanwhile, no cursing was done.
Yeah.
And we have our side of the story where Jim Norton at one point laid into them so badly that there was nothing they could do. They were like on the canvas. Jimmy, you know how Jim could just unload on somebody. Not one curse. And they kept dumping out.
Not only did they dump out...
Hey, you dropped the F-bomb. These guys are dropping the F-bomb. Jimmy never dropped the F-bomb.
No, because we knew we were on radio and we want to be heard. So there was a couple curses that flew within the exchange, yes. But at that moment, no.
No.
And all of a sudden you hear, hey, you can't curse. I got to dump you.
It's a curse. Oh, I get it.
Right.
You dump.
You didn't
no
like
one
what we
hears
just...
our yeah.
You didn't like what we said, right?
Right. A little too close to home.
And then they're trying to claim that the only reason they have bad ratings is because they're in middays. And I'm like, well, then why aren't you trying to get a morning show out there?
Yeah.
Why aren't you trying to get an afternoon drive show out there? Because those are the two key slots that DJs want to be in.
You're so scary talented. What are you doing sitting in middays?
Right.
Complaining.
I've been doing radio since I was 18 years old. When I didn't like my position in radio, I didn't sit there and take it from management. I went and got a better job.
That's what you do.
That's what you do. You don't sit there and go, well, if they threw us in mornings or afternoons, we would have unbelievable ratings.
Would you?
That's a big if. You're in middays rotting. You're in middays rotting, and you're doing nothing about it.
And then they're bitching.
You had a great opportunity when David Lee Roth stunk up the joint.
Yeah.
And if you were doing any type of show with any type of ratings, they would have moved you into that slot.
You'd be sitting here.
They didn't want to hire us. They were forced to.
You'd be sitting here right now. Believe me, they didn't want us back.
You think CBS Radio wanted to hire us? They were forced to.
Drag us back? Do you think there's this loving relationship between XM and CBS? Also, that they could just, make a deal and shake hands and smile at each other? It was that easy? No. This was a bitch of a deal to get through. And if there was any inkling of talent in the organization already, they would be sitting here.
Yeah, because it would have been a lot easier. They did not want to rehire us. The lawyers, It's in the press. The lawyers down in Washington
said, don't hire them.
Do not hire Opie and Anthony.
And management said, we don't have a choice.
We don't have a choice.
Jesus Christ, we
either
don't
hire
have a choice.
Or we're going to be fired.
So,
we have to do this.
So where was scary, talented JV and Elvis during that whole time?
Right.
Where were they?
Right.
And you want to bitch about 9 o'clock that we're doing it. By the way, I think that was the one time we ran over. And they, can't take it.
It was the one time officially we ran over. We ran over a couple other times, but it was sponsored. It was a big money-making thing for the company. Mm-hmm. So we said, sure, we'll do an extra half hour. But that was out of our hands. That was told to us by management. We could make a lot of money if you guys go an extra half hour.
9 o'clock, sorry. We'd love for something to work out where we could actually be heard on terrestrial radio until 10, because we don't like the idea that a quarter of our ratings are based on what they're doing, is averaged in. Because when you look at the ratings, you're looking at from 6 to 10. That's what everyone looks at, from 6 to 10. We work here from 6 to 9. That last hour, we have to rely on JV and Elvis's numbers to be averaged into our 3 hours.
And by the way, they bitch how they can't get numbers in middays. When you break down the 9 to 10 o'clock hour, which is part of the fine morning drive slot, they stink.
I know. Yeah, that's morning drive. You're doing an hour of morning drive radio. And stinking it up.
And trust me, you're not helping us whatsoever.
Yeah, don't do us any favors, please.
And then they're doing just a bunch of hack stuff, like bringing Howard's name into it and stuff. It's like another freaking show that thinks Howard's going to rescue them.
Go to Sirius then.
Yeah, go to Sirius.
Go end up over there. Go bow to the king, kiss his ass.
Go ahead, go.
And grab your $29,000 a year that he might give you. And do a commercial for him for your entire show, like everyone else that he brings over does.
I take pride in the fact that we never had to kiss Howard's ass.
Yeah.
We've never brought Howard into an argument when we've had a battle with somebody.
No.
Go,
Howard did, but
go work with Howard then. We're doing our own thing.
And their argument was hysterical.